we're all human, and today I'm asking for one human act of compassion to please let my dad come home.
Yes, to those of you ladies on the line, thank you for staying with us and providing your testimony. It's a difficult position for us and for y'all. However, I've listened to your testimony carefully. My vote, again, is to deny the request for conditional medical release. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, though.
I listened very closely to your statement, and you used the words that the American flag represents compassion, kindness, liberty, and justice. And those are all the things that we have to take into consideration, both on behalf of the citizens of our state as well as the person whose case we're hearing. And we make these difficult decisions. And so I am going to continue with my previous vote, which was to deny the request for conditional medical release. That would be a majority vote to deny the request for conditional medical release.
Now, I'll be honest. I had a very hard time seeing that, not just because of the situation that her father finds himself in, but the situation that she finds herself in. And as you probably read in the captions, people in seeing it did a little bit of digging in who she is and how she found herself in this situation.
Hey guys, there's this girl going viral right here. Her name is Cynthia. Her dad has stage 4 colon cancer and is being held at a cold center. And she is from somewhere in Florida. And she's really pushing that GoFundMe and pulling on people's heartstrings. But I do want to add that she did vote for this.
I would not wish this on my worst enemy, okay? As someone who has lost her father, I do not wish this on you or anyone else, even if you voted the way you did. However, to find out you voted for Trump, and now you're asking for help because Trump is doing the thing that he said he was going to do, and then the reasoning on why you voted for him, I don't understand. I simply do not understand. Nobody deserves this. Nobody. But you voted the way you did. And there are a lot of individuals out there that are in the same circumstances, thought the same way you did, and now are in similar circumstances asking for help. Like, it baffles me. And I was like highly invested in your story. And again, I would not wish this on my worst enemy, but be so for real.
Now, one thing that I do want to add is I'm not exactly sure what her motivation.
I have really mixed feelings about this. What do you guys think? There's a video circulating right now of a girl whose father has less than 6 months left to live, and he is facing deportation. And right now he's about to go up against Florida, and Florida's going to decide if he's going to leave the country or not. And she made this video.
Ill dad with less than 6 months to live, if they release him, or if they're going to continue to detain him and eventually, pass in their care.
The idea of deporting someone that has less than 6 months to live, taking away the very little bit of time he has left so his family can't be with him, that is deplorable. But then she goes and she comments things like this. I only voted for him because of RFK. I didn't think that voting for him would do this. Because this is where I'm conflicted. On one hand, no one deserves to be deported when they have only a few months left to live, and they don't deserve to lose the last bit of time they have with their family. However, you literally voted for this. Like, I understand that you're saying that you didn't research the candidate, but that's your own fault. You voted for this. And it's just so infuriating because it's like, dude, people were trying to warn y'all. There is no way that you can claim ignorance. We were all on this app at the same time. I do not buy it when people say that they did not research the candidate, they did not know, because you didn't have to. There were millions of people screaming this information at you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be uncovering the story of a lady known as Cynthia, which has been setting the internet ablaze so far. So this lady, her father literally got deported because of her vote. She voted for Trump, and Trump made the decision to deport persons, not necessarily criminals, but any person with illegal documents, and it has got the internet talking. So before we dive into more clips, if you're new to my channel, do well to subscribe, and let's dive in.
If you did not know Trump was a bad candidate, it's because you put your fingers in your ears and you refuse to listen to those around you. If you are unaware of politics in 2025, and I'm talking major candidates, that is because you are not only not looking for that information, but you are willfully ignoring it. Because that information is right in front of you. You're just choosing not to listen to it. So I'm conflicted because I'm not going to be one of those people to say that she deserves it because that's what she deserves. Because no. Even if she voted for it, she still doesn't deserve for her father to be deported when he has 6 months left to live. However, you should not be voting if you did not research a candidate. And for you to say that you were ignorant to it is a cop-out, dude. Like, in 2025, you were not ignorant to it. And I'm just going to say, if this was me, I would have never posted that video because I would be too embarrassed to sit there and complain about something I literally voted for.
TikTok supports white supremacy. And that woman voted for Trump, and now her dad, that has 6 months left to live from cancer, is being deported. And I can guarantee you that when all is said and done, she is not going to be mad at herself. She's not going to blame herself. She is not going to blame the Trump supporters or Trump. She is going to be more mad at the people that said, hey, I told you so. We told you that this was going to happen. She's going to express her anger at everyone that tried to prevent this from happening. And that is the power of cultism. Doesn't matter. The thing that...
Well, at the end of the day, I don't know if the lady is looking for who to blame because, sincerely speaking, I think she has herself to blame. She literally voted for this. She said in one of her interviews that she didn't do proper research on the candidate. That's no excuse. So looking for who to blame in this situation, I think the best she can do is just to accept the reality of what is going to happen to her. I feel kind of like bad for her because her family is getting separated, and I wouldn't wish that for anybody, of course, but this is politics, girl. We want you. We told you what was going to happen, but you still went ahead and voted for him. So right now is just the time for you to just literally bear the consequences of your own actions. So let's look at more clips about what people think concerning the whole situation.
To that girl that voted for Trump and her dad is going to die in 6 months, he's detained. Someone said she has a GoFundMe. And somebody said, why isn't she asking MAGA for money? Why isn't she asking MAGA for money? She voted for Trump. Of course you're going to feel bad for the family. Of course you are. It's not their fault. What Trump is doing is wrong. You can be mad at her, and you can also feel bad for her dad and for her family. Should we donate? She's getting what she voted for. They're deporting her father. That's what she... Why would you... If he's undocumented, why? So many questions.
I voted for you to take the other ones, not me. Hijo de puta.
Those are your credentials right there, brother? Yes, sir. This is for the Youth Univision program. Those are your credentials? Yeah. Those are legit? Those are real, huh? For the Youth Univision program under Voice of Animals, there's a couple of us. Make America great again! Woo! America great again! Hey, 2024! Trump, you got the Latino vote, Trump. You got the Latino vote here, bro. Mexicans for Trump! Salvadorians.
Well, guys, I really feel bad for what is happening to us right now. Like, literally, you vote for somebody thinking that, okay, as this guy is going to sit on the chair, we're going to have a better life. The prices of stuffs are going to perhaps go up or go down to favor me, but it turns to be the other way around. Families are getting separated. Persons are getting deported. But one thing we need to understand is that these guys, once they file for their candidacy, they want your votes. Once they sit on that chair, they're going to do whatever they want to do. They don't fucking care about you at that point in time. And literally, we can't go back. We cannot go back. In as much as these things are happening to us, we can only cry and cry, but literally nothing is going to change because he's the one that's making all those decisions. So we just have to bear the consequences of our own actions. So if you think these clips are pretty interesting, wait till you see more.
We need the wall. I live close by this area, and we need to live in a safe place. So please, we need Trump back in office. Vote for him. We need to finish this wall. We cannot afford to have more criminals coming into our area.
Since this wall got built, Donald Trump was trying to make America safe. Now the wall's halfway built since Biden got in. It's like they want the criminals to come in. Let's make America great, y'all. Trump Latinos.
¿Cuánto por un elote, maestro? No se crean. You know, Latinos for Trump has always been so interesting to me. Latinos for Trump to me has always been like cockroaches for raid. Honestly, that would be insulting to the cockroaches' intelligence. And I would make this video in Spanish, but I don't think the people that run that page speak Spanish, ironically. But yeah, guys, very interesting. The amount of devotion that some of these Trump supporters have for another man, Trump, is kind of weird to me. Like, men obsessing about Trump is very interesting to me. I've never obsessed over a man like that in my life. And honestly, I don't even know how people can support somebody like Trump. I mean, it's not like Trump was on Epstein's plane multiple times or went to Epstein's island. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine if that was true? But to be fair, a lot of politicians went to Epstein's island and got on that plane.
Democrats, you better get your they-thems together. You better get your Twinkies because Latinos are voting for Donald Trump. And we are so smart that we have something to say to y'all. Latinos for Trump know exactly what you guys are doing, that every day the desperation grows within your party. So now you guys want to say that this comedian should be the end-all be-all, whether we should vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. And no one knows better than Mexicans for Donald Trump because we are smart and we know how low the Democrats can go for our vote.
Someone asked the question, Latinos for Trump, how has it been so far? All of you who stood out and voted against your own interests, what's it for you right now? How happy are you? Yeah, a lot of them are still happy because most of them are happy with the deportation, while some of them are actually not happy anymore because it's not hitting home, it's affecting, them directly. And now they are freaking out on the internet, okay? And you have some of them who are also very angry with the, Black community because they are not protesting with them to come out and speak up for them and all of that. Well, guys, I've gathered some clips for you guys, which I'm just going to let roll. Then I'll come back with more commentary. But let me know what you all think in the comment section. I really love to read from you. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. And credit to all creators on this video. So let's just go watch, then I'll come back with more commentary.
Did y'all hear about the Latino Trump supporters?
Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business. But we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point. Most of our workers are from Mexico, and they're good, hard workers. I talked to a few of them, and they said they were just too scared to come back to work because of all the raids. Our construction company is likely to go out of business now, and we don't know what we're going to do, but we're never voting for a Republican again.
Like, I was all for fucking Trump, dude. I was all for Trump. And then hearing this whole fucking thing of, like, now with Trump passing the law that if your kid's if you put your baby dad on child support, they're going to be getting the money from the child. How can he file and get all the fucking money when I'm the one taking care of them? He's been MIA for like 7 months. What?
I might lose my farm because of the government. I got in bed with the government. I was promoting getting in bed with the government because I thought it was a good idea. So, NRCS, conservation planning. So they had a program out there called the EQIP program. I thought it was a great program. We got a contract with them for $240,000. So we signed a contract with them for $240,000. And so now I have $80,000 out of my pocket that I didn't have to spend. So the $80,000 that we have is supposed to go to our farm loan.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos. This is crazy that starting next week, multiple cities will be hitting immigration. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
18 states that most rely on federal funding for its public schools in 2022 all voted for Trump.
And I voted for President Trump.
I mean, you're an educator. You
Yes.
didn't vote for Trump eliminating federal funds here.
No, I did not vote for that.
They took my wife.
This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
If I get a chance to talk to you, man, yo, please, man, let's work something out. So you, man, let me keep my wife here in the United States, man. She deserves to be here, man.
Hi, everyone. So I'm with one of my really good friends. She voted for Trump.
Regret.
And you know what? Well, yes. But guess what? It's not time for us to do that. The time is come for us to figure this shit out. Okay?
It's time. The medical field is getting fucked right now.
Right. So when the healthcare starts to be affected, we're fucked.
We're all fucked.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So guys, we have got to get this together. I get that we're all like, fuck Trump and fuck everything and fuck these people that voted for him. But guess what? We're all in this together. Right? Yes.
Yes.
And I know people want to hear that you regret your vote.
As of right now, I'm very unhappy with where we are economically, for sure. It worries me.
But guess what?
We're all
This needed to happen. We needed for him to win, rigged or not, for him to win and for all of us to come together. So what we are saying tonight, let's come together. Exactly. Let's come together. We're all Americans.
Stop the division.
Stop blaming. Stop saying what if, what coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's get it together.
We have to at this point.
Yeah, we need to.
It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna face some shit.
Yeah. Because she's in the hospital setting. She's an RNFA. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a registered
nurse, first assistant.
That's right. Which helps surgeons
During
assist
surgery.
in surgery, right?
And we're gonna everybody's doing layoffs. Hospitals are doing layoffs because they can't afford the supplies because the tariffs are too high.
Right. So, guys.
If the medical field is suffering, imagine what everybody else is doing.
Right. And if it's hitting the medical field, trust me, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
When they're laying off people in the hospitals.
Because they can't afford supplies.
Exactly. So, guys, God bless America. We need to get it fucking together.
Do you regret your vote right now?
Well, between him and her, I thought he was the better choice, but honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. I was a nobody, and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket.
We spoke to Trump voters here in Florida who are ticked off about the fact that the gas prices in the state have gone up by an average of about 60 cents within just a week.
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast. But here it is, 5 years later, helping his buddy out get his more money. And then never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
And those gas prices are getting higher because of volatile oil prices due to the war in Iran, a war that these Trump voters tell us they hope wraps up quickly.
If I could, speak to the president, I just encourage him to finish up this war and get us back to a safe world.
He's saying about for our safety, leave somebody alone, they won't bother you.
Hopefully this conflict over there will end, you know. It's just unfortunate.
The overall vibe here at the gas pump amongst these Trump voters is they feel like the economy is not going well right now.
At the moment, I'm really out of work.
My hope is that it's temporary and it doesn't last for too long, and oil prices come back down. That's my hope.
The American flag stands for compassion, kindness, liberty, and justice for all.
So Cynthia is on the internet crying because she voted for Trump knowing that her father was undocumented and he got deported. Not only did he get deported, but he has stage 4 cancer. And I hate to be the one to kick someone when they're down, but to be on here talking about the American flag stands for liberty, kindness, since when, ma'am? Since when? Because not in Black American history has it ever stood for that. Not in recent American history did it ever stand for that. And for the people who are the Latinos for Trump saying that, I didn't know that I was going to get, I didn't. What about the giant mass deportation now signs? What about build the wall? What about Trump's whole first presidency made you think that this would be okay? And I'm sorry, I have no tears. No tears whatsoever. This is the consequence of your actions. And for all those other people who voted for Trump and got exactly what they thought would happen to other people, it's sad, but sometimes you have to learn the lesson the hard way.
They deny my application. I have to leave by August the 3rd. President Donald Trump has said many times that he loves our military. So my husband, when he ran his campaign, he mentioned how much he loves the military. And every time he has opportunity, he's laid out and said, I love our military. So when he was running for president, I told my husband, I'm like, are you sure you want to vote Republican? And he's saying he's going to deport criminals. You're not a criminal. Every time we go to ICE, they tell you, Mr. Juarez, your wife is not a criminal. You're not a criminal. You don't have to worry about anything. He voted for him, and now he's deporting his wife. And now they deported me. They kicking me out. And they breaking my family apart. Before you enlist in the military, think it twice. Before you marry an immigrant, think it twice. Think it if it's really worth for you to sell this country. Because look how they treat me.
Honestly, I don't feel bad for you at all. The reason why I don't feel bad for you is because when you were at that ballot, you casted your vote, and you were okay with knowing that you were voting for other girls having their daddy taken away from them. You were voting for other little girls having to come home and not have their daddy there anymore. You were voting for other families to have their daddy be deported, and you were fine with it, and you were okay with that. In fact, that's what you chose. That's what you use your American right to choose, and you were fine with choosing that for other people. But the only reason why you're even having some type of remorse or sympathy is because it happened to you when you never thought it would. So I feel like you and your daddy just need to download WhatsApp. Y'all will be okay. You'll be okay. You will. And hopefully you'll use this as a learning lesson. And hopefully you will educate yourself and really research what you're voting for before you vote next time. I don't understand how, as a child of immigrants or as an immigrant yourself, you would vote for an administration that is totally against you. That is insane and inexcusable. There's no excuse for that.
Why that lady made that video talking about she regret the fact she voted for Trump, ma'am, it's only been 5 days. What do you want from us? During those Project 25 conversations, what you was doing? That man was never for you, baby. That man was for your vote, just like you was for that stimulus check that you thought that you was going to receive. Meanwhile, the stimulus turned into deportation. A follow-up video didn't even help y'all because she literally was making it seem as if like if it was not happening to Latinas, then she would have been perfectly fine. So being that your people is now at stake, Now it's like we're all devastated, and now it's supposed to be a we. Who's the we? Because you never thought that you was with us. You thought that you was a part of the them. It's a part of the palm-colored community. And he's not for you and proves that he's not for you. Now you shook it to your core and you don't want to go to work? How was that a we problem? I don't speak French, baby. I'm from New York. This is record time for the amount of Trumpers that are saying that they regret their decision. And then, of course, she had to try to slide in there how Kamala wouldn't have been no better. Baby, Kamala would have made sure that you could leave the block peacefully. Headphones on and all that. Please don't come on this internet talking about that you regret your decision, because what are we supposed to do now?
Hey, players. So, I may seem a little heartless when I say this, and whether you be cool or come out of a bag on me, it really doesn't make any difference, because we have literally been through hell, and it ain't even been a week into Trumpy Dump's presidency. And now we have MAGA Latino voters that want to get on here and make the sad videos with the sad music, whining and crying about these mass deportations, when we literally told you so. But you didn't even have to listen to us. You could have got it from the person that you voted for, because that's what he ran his campaign on. He told you at the beginning, the middle, and the end of every single campaign speech that there would be mass deportations on day one. And now you have the mitigated gall to get on Annalise Keaton's internet and act as if you're surprised. What you surprised about? That's what he said he was going to do. You literally said, when you were asked by the media, hey, we don't care, they didn't need to come over here anyway. That's what you said. But now he's going after that birthright citizenship. And now you're worried about it, because you know you're not protected. You're no longer protected. It's damn ridiculous and a hot boo boo shitty mess that you would choose to vote against your own interest. And what was your reason? And now you're on here crying, whining, and snotting, and fearing for the very thing we told you would happen. I gotta be honest. It is what it is. You voted against humanity. You voted against your own interest, and now you gotta take responsibility for that. And it's a damn shame, because we literally told you so. Frumpy told you so. You literally have a member of Congress down there in Florida, a MAGA member of Congress, that is begging for Cubans in her area to be protected by Homeland Security because they use the Biden policies to seek asylum. Oh yeah, it's that bad. And it's going to get worse. And I'm just going to be here to report on it all if I choose to, because I'm choosing what I want to ingest these days. And a lot of this stuff, I don't even want to look at it, because it's absolutely absurd. Because every time I see it, I literally sing that song, I told you so. So, it may seem heartless, but I'm checked out. I have nothing. I literally have nothing but protecting me and mine.
Okay, y'all. So I just watched 2 different videos of Hispanic women crying. And baby, we're gonna unpack this, because I judge. If you are new here, it's your girl Maya Lamisha, favorite cousin on your mama's side, the opinionated stay-at-home mama. Okay, and like I said, I watched 2 different videos of Hispanic women crying. Okay, the first woman, she was crying, saying that she regret voting for Trump. She believed everything he said that he was gonna do, and blah 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 blah. I don't know if she watched the same things that I watched, but he already said it was gonna be a mass deportation. I don't understand why they acting all confuzzled, like that's not what that man said before he got elected. I heard him say it. I know y'all heard him say it. That's why we said we was gonna mind our 92%, because we heard him say what he was gonna do once he got in office, and now he doing what he said he was gonna do, and now everybody acting confuzzled. I'm confused by your confusion, ma'am. Now the other lady, she is asking for the support of the African American people, because she said back in the day when slavery was happening that some of us ran to Mexico and they gave us shelter, and you never know the way everything going on in the future, we may need Mexico again, is what she said. So she don't understand how we not jumping in to help save them. And for my recollection, Black people been considered the bottom of the totem pole for the longest. Even Hispanic people didn't like us that well. It was a whole debacle between being Hispanic and Afro-Latina, because they felt like Afro-Latinas was the bottom of the totem pole. But now you want help from us after we told y'all not to vote for him? We've been asking for decades for people to stand with us and march with us for our rights and Black Lives Matter, and y'all just kept saying all lives matter. But now that it's convenient for y'all want us to say Hispanic lives matters when y'all wouldn't even agree with us that Black lives matter. Again, I'm confused on the confusion about what y'all wanted us to do, because we told y'all we was down the ride and everything, but then when y'all voted for him, when we seen the percentage of how many Hispanic people actually voted for him, we told y'all don't ask us for no help later on. We said this to y'all, but yet now and still y'all want some help from us. We told y'all we was minding our business. I'm confuzzled with you, okay? Now, I'm not saying what he doing is right. I'm not saying that we agree with what he doing. What we saying is we told y'all. So if y'all want any help from us and advice from us, we just gonna tell y'all carry around y'all paperwork, because there's nothing we can do to help y'all, because we told y'all, he told y'all, they told y'all, they all said they was gonna do, and now everybody confused. I'm confused at the confusion. Okay, just carry your paperwork. That's all I can say.
Guys, this entire stuff is really, really crazy. Like, come to think about it, if it had never happened to her in the first place, she wouldn't have felt it. Like, the lady was pretty much okay having other kids getting separated from their parents, but it happened to her. That's when she felt it. So I can say to an extent, she was selfish. She knew that, okay, if I vote for Trump, I'm going to be fine, I'm going to be okay. But did you think about the other person? If it had not happened to her, would she have felt it? To just serve as a lesson to all of us. We have to, at times, research on the person we are voting, and we have to exercise empathy to an extent, because I think if you have to maybe think about your neighbor at times, you won't have to make some decisions that at the end you end up regretting, which that's what happened to this lady. So she has no one but herself to blame. So let her not be looking for anybody to blame. So guys, that's just my humble thought and opinion about this entire scenario. So if you loved this video, do well to leave us a like and subscribe to our channel to get more content like this. Thank you for watching.